Good morning and welcome to our Raww podcast, Trying Our Best Tuesday, episode 16.
Oh, yeah. That's a 6. I know how to count. I'm trying my best.
We're doing alright, Today we are discussing expectations of kids, judgmental parenting,
Yes.
and everything along those lines.
Yeah, I feel like now that we're coming up to Christmas, there's going to be more days out with kids. There's going to be more kind of family trips, doing that kind of thing. And actually, I think so obviously, I'm not saying let your children run around and be crazy. That's not where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of parents, they actually have such a fear of being judged by other people. They're almost not present in the moment with their own child. So actually, you're so worried that other people think that your kid's misbehaving, being too noisy, aren't standing still, that you don't enjoy kind of being with them and running around with them. And if they're in a situation where they don't have to be like quiet and things, then why don't we allow them a little bit more leeway?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of people think people are judging when they aren't.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think everyone has too high expectations from children. Absolutely. Even other people, when it comes to other people's children. So those that are judging, their expectations are too high. Someone else's child. You're putting that child into an unfamiliar surrounding. You're putting them into a busy room. You're putting them into somewhere where they need to sit quiet. I mean, the last thing you want is for your child to be in school all day and then, like you said, taking them out for a meal. So they've been sat still in school all day and now they've got to go and sit for a meal where they're expected to sit for another, 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And just sit and wait. And it's
unrealistic.
It is unrealistic. It is unrealistic. It's not. It is setting them up to fail, and that's not fair.
It's not.
That's not the child's fault, and that has to be on the parent.
Yeah.
You know, different children will be able to manage different things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, parents should know where their kids are at and what to expect of them. But I know that sometimes I expect more of mine, and I shouldn't. Because you've got to think, like you're saying, they're big feelings in a really little body, and they are, and it's not fair to expect more from them. It's not fair on them, and I think sometimes we do set them up to fail. I'm really careful about the situations I try and put them in, like birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of birthday parties we've not gone to, purely because I'm not going to put Ethan in particular, I'm not going to put him in that position to fail. He will go, he will be excited, he won't be able to regulate his emotions, his behaviour, he will, and then people are looking and I think, well, there's not much I can do about that.
And that's in a situation where he should be allowed to be.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it is difficult for them. Sorry.
No, don't. Sorry, but yeah, it is managing it, and that that is down to the parents. But I think there are other people that are too quick to judge, and that's not fair. You don't know what that child's going through. You don't know what that child's feelings are. You don't know what's going on at home. You don't know anything about.
9 times out of 10, that child doesn't know how they feel.
Exactly.
They're still processing what's going on, and they are overwhelmed. They've got there's too many big feelings in a tiny little body, and they can't get that out, and it comes out in more simplistic emotions like anger, sadness, silliness, like those things, and it's very easy for them to switch between them as well because they are so overwhelmed. And I think it's about kind of, so I know when we went to Italy and we had to catch the flights, you can see other parents and they were like, you need to stand, like they were telling the children, you need to stand in the queue, you need to stand in the queue. Like when you're waiting at airports and you're going through all the different places, that is a lot to expect for children, all under 10, to be doing. All boys, which I know is sexist, but boys are mental. They are. But and so I was like, right, let's play charades. Let's play Simon Says. Like, let's do things. Let's guess the song. Like, let's play some games, but try and keep you contained enough as we can. But we're still doing things. We're still getting you like having like so you're a bit more relaxed rather than worrying about all the other things that are going on. And I think it is really hard because, and actually most of the time I find if you're in public and your children are, being a little bit silly and they're singing and they're making jokes and they're doing stuff, a lot of people actually find it quite funny.
Yeah, they do. They just look and smile, don't they?
They're like,
you bring a bit of joy to someone's life.
Yeah, and it's much better than having that than having a screaming angry kid that everybody then feels sorry for you because nobody likes that feeling. We all have it. Oh my god, stop! But yeah, I think it was Katie that said to me, she was like, we hold children to higher standards than adults. And I was like, you're 100% right. We expect them to sit in a classroom all day and concentrate. How many meetings at work would you go to that were 6 hours? I know they have breaks there, but they know that you have to be able to go to the toilet, grab a drink when you want, stand up if you want. They give you regular movement breaks. That's adults. And we're now asking children to sit in that, and they obviously don't have movement breaks in secondary school. They just go from one classroom to another. That's their movement break. So, it's the same way as if a kid wakes up and they're not in a very good mood. Like if an adult wakes up in a bad mood, we go, well, they've got out of the bed the wrong side. Children, it's like, well, you can't be like that. Why are you being like that?
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, actually, they just could be feeling, could be a little bit under the weather. They could be really tired. Alex gets so hangry. Like, he is awful when he's hungry. And he's always bloody hungry. No, he is always hungry. He's not always hungry. But yeah, it's like, actually, we just seem to think, and it's the same way, it's like, no, you can't eat now because it's not designated snack time. Well, hang on a minute. If somebody turned around to me and I was hungry and they said, no, you can't eat now, it's not designated snack time, I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm a grown-up. Like, I want to eat now. Oh my god. I know, it's true though, isn't it? And then we say to our children, like, no, you're not hungry. You can't possibly be hungry. Like, I am hungry, Mum. I don't know if it's glitching because we look really thing there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it is funny. It's interesting how harsh we are on children. So I think going into Christmas, like you say, it's not setting them up to fail. It's saying, okay, yeah, we have a family meal on this day. So we don't want it too late because we've got to think about getting them home and bedtime and things. But actually, we need to have a run around somewhere before we go into that setting. You can't expect children to go sitting all day to then going sitting for the evening. Yeah. And also, like, the social aspect of school and being with people all day, that can be really draining for some of them. And they just want to go home. Having the clothes on them, I know it sounds really silly, but again, school uniform is not comfortable. When I used to get home from school, first thing I did was take my school uniform off. I hated having my school uniform on. Boys, I mean, boys don't walk around in their pants, but it's fine.
Ethan goes on.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Just
or any blanket. That's what he'll do. He'll come in the door. He'll strip all his clothes off down to his pants, and he'll sit on the sofa with a blanket, and that's him.
Done.
And
that's the thing. Like, we talk a lot about self-care, about what we're putting in for us. When are you having that time? It's also okay for children to have that time where they're allowed to chill and just be. It's the same way as they should be able to. Again, we talk about mental health for adults are we checking in with our children and how they're feeling? You know, we had the worry monster. We don't do that as much anymore. The boys are a little bit older, but we did. We made a worry monster. They would post their worries in, and we'd talk about them. You know, you can get those books, those anxiety and worry books. You know, I'm really lucky with Sam. He so articulated. He'll tell me whatever's happened, and he will come out and talk to me. Alex takes longer to process things for sure. But they know that they both have that time in the evening where they get one-to-one, where it's, you know, we can like kind of process the day together as such. Because often people say, why is my child doing this like before they go to sleep? And it's like, because that's the time that they've actually gone,
that's their window.
Yeah, so it's amazing, really. Sorry, kind of railroaded that there.
No, it's fine.
I don't know if there's anything else.
I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to add. Just,
I don't think so, no.
You know, just be kind to yourself, be kind to your kids.
Don't put so much
fun.
pressure on yourselves.
Yeah.
Just live in the moment, enjoy them. They're not, you know, everyone says, oh, they're not going to be little forever. They're really not.
No.
They're really not. They are soon going to grow up, and then you're going to think,
naughty list you want to
this.
It's an important one to you. I'll let you do that one.
It is an important one to me because it's a real bugbear of mine. So in our house, we've never once mentioned the whole, you're going to be on Santa's naughty list. And I cannot tolerate it. Who on earth tells their child they're going to be on Santa's naughty list? My child worries probably 3/4 of the year that he's going to be on Santa's naughty list. Now, we've never mentioned it, but they pick it up from school and it's a cop-out. I'm sorry, if you tell your child they're going to be on the naughty list, it's a cop-out.
It's like a bribe, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just, you know, if they've made a bad choice, you need to deal with that. Don't push it onto somebody else. Don't, like when you're in the shops and say, the lady's going to come and tell you off. No, the lady's not going to come and tell you off. You deal with your own child. You tell your child off for their bad behaviour. Don't. Well, it's up to you, Hannah, to tell your child. Ain't no lady coming to tell them.
It's normally after I've told them off 3 times, and then I'm like, come on, the lady's going to tell you off in a minute. Stop it.
She probably really will.
Yeah. Yeah. No. They do. They do in the shops. That's right.
Could you leave now?
They never asked her to leave.
But yeah, and Ethan particularly really worries about this. And then when December hits, then you get all the, you know, they start making bad choices, and you know he's struggling even more to regulate his emotions and things. And it's all because there's so much of this naughty and nice list stuff going on. I have to actually do a certificate from our elf to say that he's on the night list. The night list? The nice list. He's not on the night list.
The nice
on the nice list to just reduce that anxiety so we can enjoy some of December.
It's sad, isn't
because
it?
we can't enjoy it because he's too anxious about being on this
which
list.
one he's going to be on.
And yeah, it's awful. It's not something I've never once said to them, you're going to be on the naughty list. I've never once said, you know, Santa's not going to give you any presents. Never have I used Santa. No, I do remind them that he can watch, you know, and he knows.
Mine like to sing to each other when one of them makes a bad choice. The other one starts singing. It's usually when you're sleeping.
I love that.
But normally Alex and Sam. He's like,
I love that.
Yeah, brotherly love.
But yeah, it really does wind me up, this whole naughty and nice thing, because I just think I instill more fear in them, you know.
I think as well, like
it's unnecessary.
That's the thing. I think Christmas is so exciting. It's so exciting for children. But it was only when I spoke to one of the TAs last year, and she said to me, we really underestimate what the kids actually have to go through. So, you know, my children are primary school, so they do their plays and things, and it's like, actually, you know, all of the rooms now change because it's Christmas decorations. The assembly rooms change. They've got to practice going, so they're not doing the same routine they would normally do at school because they've got to make time to go into the hall to practice their performances. You know, they do fun things, but all of those fun things are out of routine for them. And actually, just bringing a Christmas tree into your lounge at home is a change. And although it's exciting, there is also anxiety with any change that comes in, and it's probably subconscious, but they are having to adjust. And as I say, there's all these little feelings in such a small body. And and that's a lot for them to get their heads around. And they know they're excited and they want to be excited, but we always know when you come up here, you always come back down. Like you can't maintain that.
No.
So, and then it's like that exhaustion sets in, and all the other feelings. You know, I've said to you before, like sometimes with Sam, things will happen. So like when he went to that party recently, he had a whale of a time. He came home, went back to Chris, and he was happy. Didn't say anything. When I walked through the door, all of these things had happened at the party, but he hadn't almost processed them. And it was only when he saw me, it was like, I need to tell Mummy about this because it obviously upset him. But it was almost like he waited for that and he had to take that time to kind of process. So he had all the excitement and that he kind of ran away with it in the moment, but didn't really take in, oh, this happened. And I know that sounds really strange, but sometimes you walk away from situations, don't you? It's like people say when your adrenaline kicks in, you're so tired afterwards when you come out of that situation. It's almost like that. So I do think that we are almost unfair on our children at times, and we're all guilty of it. We all think, oh, this is going to be such a nice thing to do, and then they end up doing things and you're like, why are you doing that? It's supposed to be a really nice thing to do. And then you're like, actually, upon reflection, was this the best idea?
Yeah, it's easy on reflection, isn't it? Because you think it's going to be really nice, and then, you know, you do see it as the children are ruining it, and we see it that way, and then you feel upset because you wanted to do something nice and they've ruined it, and you know that's unfair because you've put the effort in. But if you really assess the whole situation, was it fair to put them in that? Did we expect too much? Was it a realistic expectation? You know, I mean, sometimes kids are just kids, especially when they're siblings. They'll argue, fight, they'll do whatever.
I don't know what you mean.
But
Mine never fight.
yeah, okay. Mine neither. I mean, one of mine wasn't punching the other one in the back last night. That never happened.
No.
So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's my bugbear for December is that list. So yeah, now I have to write a letter from the elf and a certificate to each child to make sure they know they're on the nice list, so we can enjoy some of December without the anxiety.
Yeah, it's a good idea. If anybody has anything that they do with their children to help them with like wind down or talking about feelings, or I mean, there is so much out there that I'm still picking up things and learning things, which I love. Like I feel like well-being is so important to adults, but we can start so early. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I think if we can support them early on, it can help so much, because we know secondary school is horrific. Like it is for everybody. Nobody enjoys secondary school. So actually, you know, get it in there, kind of help them with being able to talk about those things. Hopefully, especially if you've got boys. Like I know, again, that's me being sexist, but boys don't like to talk. So if we can get them used to it now, it makes it much easier in the future. But yeah, I think if anybody does have any ideas of what they do with their kids, and any Christmas plans they've got, and it's kind of probably a start.
Let us know.
Be keen to hear it.
Absolutely.
But
that's all from us.
All for
and
Tuesday.
We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye guys.